Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to me in the shed. Today's project is a big hollow form, and the piece of timber I have on the lathe at the minute, I'm just going to get my tape. I always do that, and when I go to measure something, I don't have my tape. I must get it stuck to me somewhere. Sorry. Uh, this is over just roughly over 13 inches wide, long, and it is 8 inches wide. So it's quite a big bit, and we're going to be turning hollowing out on the end grain. I'll just bring it round to show you, the camera around to show you where we are. Now we have I cut an end off it there because there was a couple of cracks in it on this end, and I needed a nice straightish end and that. And I put through the bandsaw and I just knackered my blade, so I couldn't cut this end off. So I'm going to try and bring it down to the round first, and then to that face up. Okay, we're back again. I sorted the camera out, got my tailstock working again, so I want to take a wee bit more off this. Right, that's okay. Let's just see if I can remove that wee bit of. Right. Right. Right, I'm going to cut this in half. about to there. Just true this up. So the camera froze again, like, and it's playing up a day. Right, so so there we are, guys. we're flying again. We're cooking on gas again. Right. This is still a really big piece of timber. Still quite a bit away from the headstock, and I'm just going to try and take some of this timber away with the tailstock in place. So what I want to do is just loosen this and wind the tailstock out a bit to give me a wee bit more room. 30mm. So I won't get us down the whole way, but I'll get us down a wee bit of the way till we can take all that timber away, and then we can probably put it back in again because we've cleared the diameter of the Jacob's chuck. Right, we'll start it up again. We'll just watch the speed here. That's just sitting. Alright, we got the picture back again. It's messing about some shocking today. I'm going to change over to my bigger bowl gouge. This big beastie. Let's see what damage you can do with this. And you have to remember, we're going to be turning this round, so you don't want to go to the top of it. Oh. Stop that and have it. It's just more or less somewhere here. Not much of a bump, it's just that's better. Nobody's going to see it, like. I don't know why I'm worrying. I just got a wee drink here. It's one of these jobs, it's going to take a wee bit of time to do, and there's no point in hurrying it. I'll just suck that out. That looks alright. And you only want to touch one side of this, and I touch this side and then try and add it up from there. So you see that's a wee bit out, so it needs a wee bit in again, and that's about it. And you can see the two exactly match the 2 points. I'm only touching that point, not that one, but I'm just lining that up with that. So That's how you line it up and get your size. So I just line this grain up where it was. There's a wee bit of difference in it, but let's see. We can. That's it there. It's not great, so we're going to change plan of attack. Let's see if we can get this off now. Seemed like a good idea at the time to hit it on. Get that thing out of the way. Yo. So there we have it inside. It's all hollowed out. I've left it an inch thick because I want to take some of this timber away and tidy that up a bit. So I'm going to continue on hollowing the bottom part out for now, and then we'll reconnect that at some stage and we'll do a bit more to it. So Hello and welcome back to day 3 in this project. We left off yesterday. I glued this piece of mahogany to the top for the rim. So we're just going to shape this down now to make a nice transition into the actual vase or form, whatever you want to call it. Just get rid of some of these tools. Oh, it's cold today, I'm telling you. Right, so just checking that hasn't moved any. Just check it for tightness too. Right, okay. So, there's a wee bit to come off this. As you can see, it's not flat, it's wee flat on it. So I'm just going to bring this in. Plus, it's not round no more. We'll true it up a bit. That out. I glued that up and it's been sitting for a day now, so it's nice and hard. I filled these with polyfill because I've come to the conclusion I'm going to paint this black and use the Sonya's paints on it because the cracks are too bad. There's a big one there, and there's a wee bit there, and another big one here, and a bit there. So what I'm going to do here at the minute is take a bit of this off to see how far I might need to refill these after I take a wee bit off. I did fill them in flush, but before I finished I sanded the back a wee bit, and there's a slight underfill on some of them. So I'm going to take some wood away here and see if it helps the situation. Not a lot. I'm just going to take a nice wee cut off it. 4 coats of black paint, and each coat has been rubbed back. So to take, I can still see where the lines are or where the cracks were, but I'm hoping when the Juice Sonya's paint goes over it, it'll disappear, because it'll be more of a rough texture on it. The other thing is I taped this off for the natural wood colour to show through and on the rim. I haven't done anything to the inside of this yet, or the bottom. I'm just concentrating on painting it at the minute. So we're going to use the Juice Sonya's paints, and I'm going to try a different technique today. I normally would use the airbrush, but I was in the house there looking for some cling film and I haven't got any. I had to put that on the shopping list, cling film. So what I plan to do is just put it all over that and turn it. I've seen a few people using this technique, and it's one I haven't tried. So we're going to be using 6 colours. We have gold, we have violet, we have red, we have turquoise, we have blue. Oh, the blue fell on the floor. Yeah, blue. We have green. So that's all 6 colours. And as I said, these colours, when you first put them out onto your paint palette, they all are white. And it's a good idea to set your... I'll show you what I have here. A friend of mine gave me this wee thing. I'm just going to change the camera to the tailstock. Right, where are we? He brought me down this wee one day, and there's a big magnet on it, and it'll stick to your lathe bed. But what I'm using it for today is, when I finish with putting colours in, to help me distinguish where the colours are. So the first one will be violet, and then the second one will be red, and then you'll have a green, okay, and then blue, green, and gold. So that's the way they're going. So I'm going to set them adjacent to that so I know exactly where it is. Best way to do this is let it dry. I've done a couple of demos with it on platters, and I've done the, the rim of a platter and bowls, and it's okay for a demonstration, because the thing about this, even though that's tacky, it'll take lacquer, okay, but I prefer it all to dry naturally first before I apply any finish over the top of it, because if you put lacquer over it, then you're closing the paints in and you're not letting the paint dry out to its full potential of getting the colours through. Like the colours in that is fantastic. I like that effect, and I like to try it again with not making it so closed in. You know, I think that's nice with 6 colours in it. All the colours mixed in, and they're not overly burning any way in one particular part of it. You know, so welcome back, guys. Uh, last night I came out of the shed and gave this a couple of coats of lacquer on it, and this morning I jumped out and I cut about 2 coats on it. I have now the piece in the steady, as you see, to finish the top of it, and see where we are. That's where we are. So I have this in the steady. Now I made this a wee while ago and I didn't think I'd be getting to use it, so had to improvise a wee bit. Of no bolts for it, so I had to use screws here to screw them in. But it's working okay. It turns alright, and it should keep it steady enough. So I'm going to hug out the middle of this. Just using the spindle gouge. I could do with a wee bit of light in that. hurt my hand there. Banging that. Right. That's nice and dry. Needs a couple of more coats. Right, I need to finish this wee bit of sanding off on the rim of that. I removed the masking tape and I have a wee bit of black paint it came through. So I think I will start maybe at 120. Right, I'm going to give this week an coat of lacquer. Slow it down a wee bit. Right. And you're done with the lacquer. Running out. I'll have to go to my local DIY store to get some. That's it. So that's it then. So guys, I'll let that dry and we'll see if it needs another coat. So that's the top and that finished. So that only leaves the bottom to finish, and it's only a matter putting a nice cut on that. We'll get some we'll get the tailstock up when I go to do that, and give that a bit of support while I try to clean the end of that up before I take it off, and then the rest will come off by hand sanding it.